Big time, and another video back on Kerbal Space Program. Last time we deliberately did things wrong. This time we're going to actually be trying to do something successfully. Because why not? I'm going to jump into my own world, which I've just been messing about in for fun. Sandbox, so you don't have to worry about unlocking things. And there's something specific I want to try and do today that isn't destroy absolutely everything. Already loaded in, which is wonderful, so we're going to hop straight in to the vehicle assembly building. This is where vehicles are assembled, and it's a building. So what we're planning on doing today is I'm going to try and build a, I wouldn't like to say helicopter, because you don't get helicopters on the moon due to the fact that there is no oxygen. Oh, there's no atmosphere, rather. There's no air, there's nothing for the rotors to work on. So, I think we'll go with the cube. That's not a cube in the slightest, that's an octagon. And now we want fuel. That's going to be monopropellant tanks. I don't actually know where they put the monopropellants. So, I think it was that bit earlier. I don't think so. Probably. Right, that's the fuel. As you can see, it's already quite big. Engine-wise, we're going to have to go with some monopropellant engines. These are quite big, but I think they're the smallest monopropellant engines that they have. Yeah. So those are the only monopropellant engines they have. A little annoying. Not a huge issue though. Of course you'll want some things on communications. Probably just want an antenna that faces the correct way. The rotation of this is always confusing. Hello. We'll want power for control. Probably want, that's a bit big, isn't it? Some solar panels. Getting a bit big. Very big. I think, to be honest, that'll be good for running whilst we're landed, so that's fine. We'll also want a few other things, including command and control. Want that. That's a little reaction wheel that'll help us control. We'll want a few RCS thrusters. Probably only need the 3-horn, to be honest. Are they slightly smaller? Yeah, they're smaller. Alright. You go bye-bye. Hello to you. This isn't a science save. But it's probably going to be nice to have some science on there anyway. Nice to have that, but that's huge. Just a couple of things. I only want one of these sort of sciencey bits, one of each of these science bits. And we'll probably want a scanning arm. Not quite sure how I'm going to fit this in, to be honest, because it is rather large. A bit like that voice crack, which I hope wasn't obvious, though it most likely was. Probably not going to fit that in, so we're going to go into ground. Want some little ones. Right, and that is the Flyer done. Nice noise there. Not that much. Very basic. But to be honest, I don't think there's anything else we'll really need. Don't need anything to do with aerodynamics. There's no air. Got that. Could probably slap a couple of things from here in, like a drill. That's only if we wanted to do conversions for fuel, and to be honest, we won't. I don't know how much thrust this will need, and how much fuel we'll have. So to be honest, I am sort of thinking ditch that and instead grab... Ooh, way too big. Get a donut. That's what excessive, isn't it? Dumpty dum. Ooh, wonderful. Perfect size. That's the wrong button. There we go. For what we want. Go back in and we'll grab the most. Let's compare. You have that much thrust. You have a lot more thrust. And to be honest, I think these will probably be the right size. How big are you? Way too big. Probably these will do. Slap a few you want. Move you away. I don't know how much, if any, monopropellant that has. It doesn't have any. So we'll go back into fuel tanks. See if you can find a little monopropellant, minified monopropellant tank. To be honest, it's still really big. That's huge. Could probably stick the one. I'm not quite sure where that's gone, but stick one just sort of in the middle there. That's not going to be in the middle necessarily, but probably stick it on top and have the panel at the side. To rotate it a little bit and stick you. See if we can get you to rotate the way I want you to. I don't think you are, so I'll just slap you in the middle there, and that seems to work quite well. Last thing I want to do is make sure that they're as close to the centre of mass as we can get them. And then our Mun Flyer is ready. We're going to do a quick test flight, and then we're going to have a look at launching it to the moon. Right, so we've loaded in. Forgot to have the legs extended, but oh well. We've got some SAS and RCS. So you can see the efficiency of that. Whilst we're flying, we'll most likely have you extended. You are a bit in the landing leg there, but that's not an issue. Right. So we have all the engines on. Right. Oh, we've taken off. Wonderful. Now, of course, the lunar gravity is a lot less than here on the Kerbin, which is the equivalent of Earth. Meaning we won't quite need so much thrust or help from the RCS. Oh. For takeoff. Fortunately, it does have the ability to right itself, though we have lost our antenna there. If we look at that, oxidizer's not too bad. If we full blast that, we do need the help of the monopropellant RCS to help us get up. But we should be able, in theory, anyway, to have a soft touchdown, which was not that. Anyway, I think this is a perfect demonstration of what we will be doing. What we won't be doing, rather, on the moon. That's not what we want to happen. So I'm going to get this into a rocket, and we are going to launch it into space. So as you could probably see, I've had to move the reaction wheel and landing legs and this to make it fit into this rather large and excessive rocket, but it's one I had pre-built, so we're just going to go with it. We have those, and those launch. No for separation, fairing, and those four, and that. Wonderful. So we're going to save this, and we're going to launch. And we're going to have some fun trying to get to the moon. Okay, this is actually the second time I'm launching this. I forgot to add this piece here, which means that we wouldn't have much fun. For some reason, it's decided that we shouldn't be able to get to the moon, because it's mucked up our staging. Never mind. You can move up to there. Right. So, I guess it's only time to launch. So we're going to boost it up to about 66% power. It's a bit dark. Never mind. And we are going to launch. There we go. Probably pump that power up a little bit. And we've launched. Wonderful. Just going to knock the power down a little bit, so we don't use up all of our fuel, because that is only a limited amount. And we're just going to see how all this goes. There'll probably be a few jump cuts throughout this flight, just to save you from all the boring bits. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just slowly tilting over, making sure we don't go too far that the rocket decides to flip itself over. And you can see how high we're going to get. We really want to be around here, or at least 70,000 meters, 70 kilometers. There's the moon. I've got multiple rovers, and I've had a man landing there in the save. It's a bit dark. Hopefully you'll be able to see everything. Should really have launched at the day, because YouTube makes everything darker. About to separate the solid rocket boosters, which is very fun, because I added little rockets to help them separate. There we go. And they go spinning to their deaths. Right, I don't need to worry about them anymore. They'll crash down and explode. Probably a bit angled. Yeah, we're very angled. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the engine. We are going to not deploy the fairing. We're going to speed forward a little bit time-wise. Right, probably a good time to do it now. Going to walk to about there. Using the auto walk feature so I don't overshoot, which is always annoying. Yeah, I wonder why I didn't go to 3 earlier, did you? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're slashed. What we're going to do now is we're slowly going to tilt the rocket over. We can deploy the fairing, so you would be able to see our lander there, but you can't. And what we're going to do now is just slowly going to tilt over, just start to burn. Ooh, that's the SAS kicking in, trying to get us to not be level, or to become what it thinks is level, rather than what I want, which is to be almost perfectly horizontal. And as you can see, our trajectory is slowly expanding outwards. And what this means is soon we'll be able to get into orbit. Now it says orbit, we're not in an orbit, we're actually suborbital. Now there is a way you can be highly specific with getting to the moon. I honestly don't have the patience for that. There's a stage there, and that is to just plan out with trajectory and everything. But the best way to do it is just to, well, in my opinion, is just to keep looking for the moon and then point prograde and burn that way. At the moment, it's just adjusting the way we're flying to make sure we're getting nice and even, make sure we're not pushing the apoapsis too far. Alright, so we have 87 to 105. We'll keep burning just a little bit, so it's about 100. Right. Excellent. Electric charge, okay. Electric charge is going to disable SAS for now. There's a little solar panel on that, if you remember. It should be okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to time warp a little bit. Bye-bye moon. We're going to go around the dark side of the planet. We're just going to slow down because you don't want to miss this. You can see there what we look like a bit more. Just keep time warping. We don't want to be too liberal with it. Just slowly get around planet. Right, we overshot. Never mind. Right, quickly point prograde and full power. What we're now going to do is we're going to spread the apoapsis out so it intercepts without the Mun, and hopefully get an intercept. Now the electric charge replenishes whilst the rocket's engines are burning. We don't want to overshoot this. This is very delicate. Usually I want to do it. Right. We have an encounter with the moon. Wait, what am I doing? Right. For some reason it's saying it's going to be a bit off, but oh well. It's not unusual. Keep burning is usually the best thing. Well, that doesn't matter, we can fast forward a little bit. We're going to add a manoeuvre, and we're going to see how close to the moon. Yeah, it's not the right way. Ignores that. Right, cancel that. See just how close we can get to the lunar surface. Periapsis of quite high. See what we can do. 20,000 meters is not bad. See if we can get it a little closer. I think that was a little too close. 37,000. Yeah, it's close enough. Get to manoeuvre. It's probably a little broken because of the way we did that, but it's not a huge issue. Just going to time warp. See when the burn would be. Or when to start the burn. It's very handy. Just going to skip to then. Alright, so we're going to start to burn here. And boop. Done. Wonderful. That should be everything. Just going to extend that so we don't run out of charge at all on this flight. Not quite sure why it's doing that, but oh well. Bit confusing. Should be... Alright, there we go. Now, next thing to do is to add a manoeuvre here and burn retrograde massively to get a nice lunar orbit. That's not particularly nice, but it's the best we're going to get for a little while. Can you just time warp just a little bit? Because there's quite a while to go. And then... oh, a bit excessive. We should be okay. Not quite sure why SAS isn't working. Give me a moment. Right, that's now been solved. I'm not quite sure why it wasn't happening, but not a huge issue. We're slowly approaching the dark area of the Mun, which isn't good for YouTube because it makes everything go really, really dark. Just going to time warp a little bit, so we're just a little bit closer. And... right. We're going to be burning just a little bit now. Stop time warping about now. Electric charge, doing okay. I'm going to start burning. Camera doing some odd things. And now we should be in a lunar orbit. So what we're going to try and do is try and aim for here. So if I add a manoeuvre, retrograde, perfect. So it's going to get onto the manoeuvre mode, manoeuvre node, disable SAS, time warp, a little bit. We've got a load of extra delta V here. To be honest, we've got enough in this stage to do another lunar mission. But hey, good to have a lot extra, especially if you're me and you like to fluff up things. That was my first moon landing. I don't know if we'll see any of the rovers. I know there is one near to where we're going to be aiming. Going to the dark side again. Start the burn. CS on manoeuvre, please. And beautiful. I think we're actually going to be coming up over there, which is a mild annoyance, but oh well. Let's have a look at where we're going. Yeah, we're going that way. Let's add a manoeuvre to make us flip around. That's very excessive. I don't know what it would... to be honest, we could probably do that. Boost ourselves around a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that. So this is all just faff. So I'm warp a little bit. Bit of a different video, just because I fancied playing this. Didn't really fancy doing anything else that we have running on the channel. 5, 2, 1, and we'll burn. a little closer. Beautiful. So now if we look, we are landing here. Which, with some luck, won't be quite so dark. Besides, we've got the thing that can fly anyway. Right, so if we just add a slight manoeuvre, control locked, not connected, no data, wonderful. It's not exactly what we needed. Having ComNet disabled. Right, we have ComNet, that's wonderful. Add a little manoeuvre. See if we can extend out our flight path a little bit. Don't think we'll be able to. That'll extend it out just a little bit. A couple more little burns, and we should be able to be there. Right, so we start burning. Probably good to quick save actually. Should have done that, but yeah, you live and you learn. Oh, that was pretty perfect actually. Coming down near Rover 1, which wasn't very good. Rover 2 is a bit better. Burn retrograde, electric charge we don't want to be running out of. So what we're going to do, hopefully that's quick save, wonderful. What we're now going to do is slowly just going to accelerate time. Now it's a very odd approach this, we basically want to kill off as much of our speed as we can, because we're going very horizontal, which is not exactly what you want, but that's what happens. So we're just going to burn, see how much of our horizontal speed we can burn off. Quite a lot of it from the look of it. So now we'll be burning a bit more retrograde. This is wonderful. So if we have a look, we will be travelling slightly more down. Now we don't want to be excessive here. We do want to be careful. Looks like we're going straight into a crater. Which is not ideal, but not a huge issue. Kill the rocket a little bit. Look, the thrust. We're going down vertically now. When it gets to about 500, we'll jettison this stage. After a nice little burn. Detonate. Right, we're on the wrong bit. It's not an issue. Hey, do you want to... Why is that going up? That's not really what we wanted with that, but oh well. Our probe is away. Up and away. Not quite sure why that's not extended, but oh well. Go over this way. Just a little bit more. The other thing should crash into the ground, hopefully. Not really what you want to say, is it? Hopefully crash into the ground. Right, just gonna... don't know why that swaps, but we'll just... time warp a little bit more. Until we're ready to start to decelerate for landing. Alright, we'll do it about here. Deploy the gear. Pull off as much speed as possible. Right, don't really want to be doing that. It's a very responsive craft, this, very good. And so we're going to come down and land, hopefully. Everything seems to be doing okay. Continue to burn. It won't be around 6 or so meters a second for a smooth touchdown. Got a little bit more. And touchdown. Absolutely wonderful. know why it's not quick saving. There we go. And we now have the moon hopper. So we'll do basic science with the only 2 I decided to put on for some reason. Not enough electric charge. Ah, right. Fast forward a little bit for the electric charge to boost up again. Probably turn off SAS, that's going to be burning it. And... excellent. Oh. Transmit the data. Yeah, we don't have enough electric charge for this. Never mind, we will wait for that to boot back up again. And we'll do... don't know why it keeps doing that, but there we go. We'll do just a nice little hop flight. See what I meant about not needing as much lift on the Mun as you do on good old Kerbin. Tilt off this way. RCS isn't on. Just burn a little bit. See just how far we can sort of go. Bring that onto retrograde there for a nice, smooth, supposedly, touchdown. Oh, I think it's going to be very smooth. Beautiful. And there you go. That's the Mun Flyer. Which isn't bad. Usually, things don't go that well first try, but, it took its time, didn't it? Yeah, reset. Log that data. Distant impacts, yep. Would broadcast that, but we can't, because we haven't got enough electricity. Well, there we go. That is Kerbal Space Program, and me building a Mun Flyer. Hope you have enjoyed this video. This has been great fun to do. Different to other videos, just something to get out there, because I haven't really thought of anything interesting to do this time. It'd be a nice short video. Yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.